It's sad to hear Stephen A. Smith talk about Kyrie Irving the way how he's talking about him, calling him selfish. This man has done so much stuff for human beings and giving back and trying to help so many different people, all different cultures, not just black people. This is what happens when you have people like this guy who's animated, not realistic about what it is that he speaks and talks about. He played a little bit of basketball, but come on, you serious? You letting this guy talk to you about sports? This guy never got hit in a football game. He never swung a bat. And this is the person who they have speaking and talking about what's going on in sports. Man, y'all need to defund his voice.
So now Stephon Marbury is on me about Kyrie Irving too. And look, I respect Stephon Marbury, I do. Because here's something I know about Stephon Marbury. That brother could ball. He should have made that look with his eyeballs because he's mentioning me in the same breath as himself, and I don't belong in the same class as either of these two dudes. Couldn't shine their shoes as a basketball player. I'm not on their level. But now you on my level because you're communicating. And when it comes to that, that's my lane. Now let me remind y'all, that man Stephon Marbury would play anywhere, anytime. 13 seasons in the NBA. Or was it 15? And when his time ended in the league, he went to China and he had a long career there too. Played in China until he was 40 years old. That is the Stephon Marbury story, period. But it's not Kyrie Irving's story. Because Kyrie Irving will find any reason not to be on the court, it seems sometimes. Always has. And let me say this to y'all right now. Let me be very clear. Kyrie's a good brother. Heart's in the right place, all right? Understand who Kyrie Irving is off the court, buying George Floyd's family a house, for example. It's commendable at the highest level. And that's just one of the very, very few things that he has done. So this ain't about being vaccinated. It's not about being anti-vaccinated. It's about Kyrie Irving because he has a history of selfishness. When he was in Cleveland and wanted out, when he went to Boston and apologized to the world because he didn't realize what it took to be a leader when he was in Boston. And those young cats were relying on him, and then ultimately they veered in a different direction because they didn't like the direction he was going in. Then he goes to Brooklyn and he only plays 20 games, and then he gets hurt when KD is ready to ball. And by the way, the season gets postponed because of bubble play. You're discouraging people to play in the bubble. You're a vice president with the Players Association. You communicate that publicly, but you don't tell Chris Paul, who's the president of the Players Association at the time. Then you come back after 10 months off, getting over $30 million a year. In 2 weeks and just 7 games into the season, you need time off again. Your heart just wasn't in it. You needed a break. But there's people out here struggling, paying their hard-earned money to come see you play because you're the showstopper. To me, it's obvious what I'm saying. It's selfish. It doesn't make him a horrible human being. It doesn't take away all the charitable things that he has done, but it is selfish. Stephon Marbury can't understand that? And you would come at me like that? Now, you know I could bring up video on the Vaseline when you was eating that stuff, right? I won't do that. You know I could bring up other things that happened to you during your career with the New York Knicks. I won't do that. I'll simply say, Stephon Marbury, if I'm not qualified to talk basketball, why did your documentary, the documentary that was done on you, the kid from Coney Island, aired by Netflix, have me plastered all over the damn docuseries? I didn't volunteer. Y'all asked me to do that. You asked me to talk basketball and talk about you on your docuseries. So we know better. You know better. You're just upset because Kyrie's your boy and you got love for him, and you're looking at me as tearing somebody down. No, I'm not tearing somebody down. You know why? Because we got a community to uplift and to look out for. And by condoning bad behavior, selfish behavior, you don't want to give the impression that that's okay, that everybody can do that. Wrong is wrong. That's how you correct it to make the world a better place. I thought you was about that, Stephon Marbury. I thought that's what you prided yourself in. You know, learning, growing, maturing, recognizing right from wrong, learning from mistakes and moving forward. Oh, it's all right to learn from the mistakes, just as long as you don't hear about the mistakes. But if you don't hear about the mistakes that are being made, how would you know to correct them? Be careful what you say, my brother, and who you say it about. This is a different game, and I know how to play this one. Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming, sports, and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.